How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel with your favorite half Asian man, Brandon Wu, and today we have some breaking woos. Today is, I actually don't even remember the day. You know, all these days are just a blur. It is Thursday, January 28th, 10:14 p.m. So a little late on the news. However, it is still happening. There have been a lot of stuff going on during this week. I just wanted to run over a few of them. I actually have some new investing plans for the future that I just want to briefly go over, and that's going to be it, Like I said, breaking woos. It's going to be short and simple, hopefully. So there has been a battle between Wall Street and their new enemy now, Wall Street Bets. I had previously talked about them before, but this has turned into something almost completely different. It's not just, going absolutely crazy with some really crazy stocks that wouldn't even possibly work. It's just been crazy. So 4 stocks that we're gonna be talking about today are GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, and Nokia, with the ticker symbols GME, AMC, BB, and NOK respectively. So the biggest issue that has been going on here is that there are hedge funds, which are, let me just pull those up really quick. Hedge funds are an investment fund that trades in relatively liquid assets and is able to make extensive use of more complex trading, portfolio construction, and risk management techniques to improve performance, such as short selling, which we're going to be talking about, leverage, and derivatives. That is from Wikipedia. So if that's somehow wrong, I'm sorry. I'll make a future apology video. You guys can choose the thumbnail and everything. So short selling, simply put, is that short selling is, with hedge funds, these are oftentimes people with millions of billions of dollars. They manage assets for people, basically, as I had said previously. And short selling is what happens is these hedge funds will borrow shares of companies from brokerages such as Robinhood, Webull, as we've talked about before as well. And they believe that these companies are currently overvalued. So let me just go to Robinhood really quick. Actually, I don't think I need to bring it up onto the screen. So I just want to do a quick little check. For instance, GameStop, I'm sure everyone has already heard a lot of news about it. Simply put, they had been trading at around $11, and pretty much they had slowly been gaining, $12, $13, $14, $15, $20. January 13th, they jumped to $31 to $40 on the 14th, and then on the 22nd, it had skyrocketed, and currently it is trading after hours at $311.27.
Yo, you wanna see some real speed, bitch?
So, absolutely explosive gains, and you might be wondering, how is it that this has been happening? Well, short selling and short squeezing are going to be the main 2 answers here. So basically put, short selling is, as I said before, company or hedge funds believe that a company is currently overvalued. For instance, we can look at Melvin Capital, who was very heavily short selling GameStop, and short selling is so they believe that the company is overvalued. So what happens is they will borrow shares of that company from the brokerages, as I'd said before again, and what happens is they will sell it at the current market value, and what they believe will then happen is the value of it will drop, and then they will be able to buy back those companies at the reduced price, pocket the profits for themselves, give back the shares of the company back to the brokerages. A short squeeze, however, is what happens is when someone opposes the short selling, and we can look at Wall Street Bets for this, actually, since this is probably the biggest one in history ever in the stock market, where what happens is a lot of people will start putting a lot of money into GameStop to raise its price, and what happens then is that, there's starting to be less and less available supply of the company. So GameStop, a lot of people were buying into it, so they were owning the shares rather than the actual brokerages or anyone else, and the hedge fund managers, all that sort of stuff. And then what happens then is the market price starts to go up because there is less of a supply and there is even more of a demand, especially as we get closer and closer to the contract expiration dates, when those hedge funds need to give back the company shares back to the brokerage. So again, as we saw with GameStop, it just absolutely skyrocketed. Wall Street Bets was making a lot of money. However, the hedge funds that have been short selling were losing a lot of money. I believe in the first day there was $4.5 billion lost. Within the few days after, $14.3 billion was then lost after. So it was just extremely crazy what had happened there. So on to the next part of the news is when Robinhood, Webull, other brokerages accounts shut down all trading on to those companies. Again, I'd said, GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, Nokia, and this would start to lower the price because what happened was they made it so you couldn't buy any more shares, you couldn't buy calls, you couldn't buy any sort of options. However, the only thing you could do is sell. Now that's problematic for the people over on the side of Wall Street Bets, because when people are only selling, that's going to start to lower the value of the company, because that's the only thing you can do, and people panic. Panic selling is a very real issue within trading. It's not for the faint of heart, unfortunately. So there's that. And a lot of people had gotten angry at these companies for that. There's we can look over actually at our good friend Stephan. He has a couple of YouTube channels like the Stephan Show, the Iced Coffee Hour, and what he had said here was there seems to be a speculation of what's going on. Robinhood gets most of their order flow routed from a company called Citadel. Now, Citadel invested billions into Melvin Capital, that company I referenced earlier, who was the company losing billions of dollars as GameStop kept running up. Now, it's theorized that maybe Citadel stopped routing purchase order flow for Robinhood, and for them, a class action lawsuit, which is when collectively a bunch of people sue and they get paid a little bit back as compensation. Oh my God. So it would be cheaper than GameStop continuing to potentially rise, where they would continue to lose even more billions. Like I said before, that 14.3 number was just spread around throughout different hedge funds, and if these brokerages didn't put a stop on it, then there could have been even more billions lost. But again, that's just a theory. It's not concrete on if that's what happened or not, so we'll have to wait and see. And then also, there is now going to be limited trading for said above companies on Friday, so we'll start to see what happens again. Another thing that had happened, big news, is for a form of cryptocurrency. I don't know if you guys have already started to hear about that. It's Dogecoin. Dogecoin's very interesting. For the past, let's see, just looking at the past week, it was trading at $0.008. So that's not even a cent. That's like an eighth of a cent. 8 out of 10. 80% of a cent? I can't do the math. I'm sorry, guys. And then starting on the 28th, it finally reached 1 cent. And then by the time, let's see, just looking at noon, it hit 2 cents, 2.3 cents. And right now it is currently trading at 7 cents. So this is a a form of penny stock. That's really what it is. But a lot of people have seen massive growths with it. If you had invested $500, or even more, thousands, tens of thousands, a lot of people can make a lot of money from this sort of stuff, but it is very risky because, you could stand to lose it all. So the thing with Dogecoin and any form of investment is you have to only put in the money that you're worth, what you're willing to lose. That's just the real important note that I would want to put out there. So, and then I just want to slightly change up my investing plan as well. As we had seen, there was the potential crashes that have been happening. We already did see a bit of a crash, or more of a correction on Wednesday and today, Thursday. However, that could lead to an actual crash. We don't know what the future is going to hold because these are really uncertain times. All of last year was really uncertain with the coronavirus, the presidential elections, all that sort of stuff, change of powers. And now there has been the largest short selling / squeezing in, I'm pretty sure, the history of the stock market. So it's very risky. What I plan to do is something called averaging down, where even if companies are starting to go down in value, you continue to invest in them, because in the long run, when they go back up, you're only going to be making more money. So, it's like they always say, time in the market beats timing the market. And another potential thing, very minor really, is I may leave Robinhood for another brokerage company called Webull. The main thing, because Robinhood, they've had a lot of lawsuits put up against them. This newest one talking about, everything that's been going on with like the shutting down the trading for the said above companies. It's just been really uncertain with how they're doing things, and we want to, play it safe. We don't want to risk losing money if we can. And yeah, that has been it for these breaking woos. If you would like to see more of these, please let me know. I'm sure my editor and I can find time to do more of these breaking woos, as well as our regular WooTube channel videos. So if you enjoyed today, thank you so much. Thank you for watching our breaking woos, the nice little segment. Be sure to like the video in case you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Let me know if you want me to continue this sort of stuff. If you liked it, what sort of stuff you want to see in the future. Go ahead and share this with people who want to learn more about personal finance, but they don't know where to start, especially when, they're in my age, I'm 20 right now, but people really as soon as 18 or even younger, they can get custodial accounts. When you're 18, you can get your own account. It's just a really good time to invest. It's like they always say, the best time to plant a tree is 30 years ago. The second best time is today. Thanks so much. Have a good rest of your day.
To smash that like button.